Like I said, it means so much not only for us, but all HBCUs and for the city of Montgomery and for Alabama State University. But again, it's what we need. It's what I have a brand new team this year. You know, we are a team that played in the NCAA tournament last year, and you got all new guys, and they're trying to figure me out. And I've lost my voice already, and I hadn't even got to March yet. So they understand. They're trying to get me, and but it's a long process, and I'm trying to figure those guys out. But proud of the guys though.
The consistent effort with you guys on the boards tonight, how big was that for you?
It was big. Well, anytime you go on the road, you're playing against a high major team. The thing that you have to do is you got to make shots, especially early in the game. And we were able to make shots, and so anytime you make shots, and it's a bad deal because a lot of times young men think if I'm making shots, then I'll play defense harder. Well, so we made shots, so we were able to play with a little bit more energy and emotion. So it was good that we was able to start off making shots.
How big was the start for you guys to come in and get some confidence right away?
Yeah, that's what, again, like I said, when you make shots early against the team, because we all know I've been in high major programs, and I understand when you're playing a SWAC team, you're playing a low Division I program, that the guys sometimes start looking to what's next, what's the next game. So for us to come out and make some shots early, it kind of again gave our guys some confidence.
How were you able to keep your team level-headed when you have a lead? How were you able to just keep everyone on the same page?
Well, we talk about it every day. We talk about game of runs. As we're practicing, our practices are so intense, and we try to make them intense. And we talk about games of runs. And then they came out in the second half, and they made the run. I think they went up 8. And, a lot of times, guys start dropping their heads and say, okay, well, we had a good first half. Well, we wouldn't stay off. I wouldn't stay off of them. I told them, hey, we got to play. Let's make a play. And the guys did.
Anderson misses his last 6 shots from the floor, and he missed 2 free throws in the final minute, but then he hits, I think, his last 6 free throws. What does it say about his resolve that despite when everything's going wrong for him, that he's able to step up at the end?
And that's all we talk about, mental toughness. We just talk about being the toughest team on the floor. And most of the time, it's mental. A lot of times when guys, because Ajon is a scorer by nature, so when he's not shooting the ball well, again, he's a new guy for me. I'm trying to get him to, don't worry about that. Just make the plays that you have to make. And so for him to, I think he was 1 for 4 the first half from the free throw line, so that's all on his mind at halftime. Hey, get out of it, next play. But he came back, he had 7 assists, 1 turnover. So anytime you can do that, then that's part of growing.
You mentioned that Andy Kennedy was one of your mentors.
Yes.
What did he maybe teach you that you instill in your guys today?
Oh, so much. And he's one of the guys, again, I knew him a long time before I started working for him at Ole Miss. And we've always talked, but he's a guy that, he's all about details. He's about executing, especially offensively. So I've learned so much from him.
You spoke at first about how you guys have to travel in non-conference,
Yeah.
in SWAC or HBCU.
Yeah.
What is that like for people who don't experience it? It's kind of, how crazy is the non-conference season?
Okay, we got 13 non-conference games. We got 1 home game. So just do the math. Do the math. But now it's necessary because of the things that I want to try to do for my program. I want to make sure that my program is just as good because I've been in high major programs. I want to treat my guys as close to that as possible, meaning revenue share. So I probably did a few more extra buy games this year so we can help my guys out. So, but that's what we're about. We got to make sure that these guys got to be taken care of. You can't survive in college basketball now if you're not, these guys are not getting any money.
How do you keep teams confident sometimes when you're playing
Yeah.
big time programs night after night and not winning most of them?
Yeah, again, that's what that mental toughness we talk about. We talk about finding a way to win, finding a way to win a game. If we play the way we're capable of playing, we'll be in some games now. Now, we're going to go and beat all these high major teams we got coming. I'm not saying that. But I just think if we can play the right way, we'll have some opportunities. But at the end of the day, we know what it comes down for us. It comes down to 3 games in March. So if we can keep the confidence, we can keep these guys to keep believing. Because, again, they believe when you win all the stuff that I've been saying for since June, they believe it now just because of this game. Now, can we keeping these guys to believe?
With getting Sydney Ball to win at his alma mater, kind of, how special is that?
It's big. The guys went crazy because, of course, it was his scout. He played here. He worked for AK also. So for him to come back and get a win, man, it feels good, man, because I've been in these situations before. So nothing like being able to go home to your alma mater and find a way to compete and for him to get a win.
When you have games like this, do you worry about other colleges and schools coming after your players and poaching them and trying to get them to the next level? You know?
Well, we preach. I mean, we actually say, hey, we tell our guys, we want you to come here, play as hard as you can, help us win championships, and if you put the numbers up and you're able to go somewhere and make more money, do it. So we understand now. It's not one of those you're gonna try to say, hey, don't ever leave me, because it's not going. That's not realistic.
Is everybody good? Thank you.
Thank